Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make advanced terrain like this using disable collisions. So if you don't have disable collisions, I will do a tutorial in a little bit about how we're going to do this. Alright, so let's start with the basics. What we're gonna do is we're gonna open up our terrain thing. And I'm gonna be making a cliffside right here around the station for this coaster. So build your general outline of the terrain and what shape you want it to have and how you want it to look. You can make it any height, and I'm falling. I guess that works. Bye. Alright. Anyways, what we're gonna want to do is come over here and just do the general outline. So once we're done with that, we're gonna take a primitive, this one. We're gonna change our snap, no snapping, no snapping, and no snapping. If you're wondering how to change that, you come into settings and enable item snapping. So once you do that, take a primitive, make sure it's rock and gray. Now let's just do the general outline of everything. Just bring it in through certain places. Sorry, my sensitivity is a little bit high. And do a general outline of this entire thing. So I'll come back to it when I'll come back to you guys when I'm done with this. Remember to do it on every single layer, rotating random amounts of times every single time you end up putting it down. So now, yeah, do that. Alright, so once we've done that, what we're gonna wanna do is come in and give it a little bit of depth. So, see how it's just a little bit just like blocky? Come in and hit Control and add layers in layers, like so. Do that around the entire thing, and this will make a really, really big difference on the entire thing. And also, just make sure that you don't go like this. Because that just looks really weird. So give it depth, and remember to rotate it so it looks more natural. And you don't have to do this in every single spot, you just do it in the parts that you see fit. Like, if it's a sheer cliff, we can leave it like that until the next part. So just continue doing this. And you should end up with something that looks along the lines of something like that. Nice. Alright, anyways. Once you're happy with your layers and why did that change? All you really need to do is just do this where you see it's fit, and you'll end up with something that looks pretty cool. And while you're at it, you can add like cool little archways. And you can get small little arches like this, and sometimes it doesn't look the best because it's just so small. But here's an example of an arch I did over my coaster. I think it looks pretty nice. So, yeah. Anyways, just do what you see fit for your terrain, and yeah, just no. You will need a good chunk of cash to do this because, well, primitives are $100 each. I mean, which doesn't seem to be very much, but placing hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of primitives will get pretty costly in the grand scheme of things. So I'd recommend having around $80,000 to start doing this advanced terrain, and I will do a tutorial on how to make a good money farm. that doesn't disrupt your part. So, and stay tuned for that. How I'm leaving certain areas blank, this is for like trees and whatnot. So now if you want to add a lake, okay, so now the next part is gonna be adding terrain. So we're gonna take a couple of these trees, put them here and there, and make sure to not make it the same amount for both trees. Make it kinda uneven, I'd say. And so once you're done with that, we're gonna take bushes, these ones. You can color it however you want. I like this color scheme. So if you look at this, it's that one right there, this darker green, and that one under it. So we're gonna take this and just kind of splash it between the rocks, just rotating it every now and then, and it just adds so much I guess life to it. It makes your terrain look a whole lot better. And if you want to do bigger bushes, you can always take big trees and then just put them in the ground. Alright, anyways, so let's keep going around the entire thing, adding them wherever. And yeah. Of add them. You can also add them around here to just add just a little bit of fun to your creation. Anyways, so once we're done with this, what we can do is kind of look around and see if you like your terrain that you've done, and yeah. So now if you want to add a lake, first we're gonna make it 4 meters or 2 meters deep, depending on how big you want your lake to be. So now after that, you're gonna take your water, fill it up, and hold control and then hold shift to lock the height, and just kind of go around and that's annoying. I'm having technical problems right now. Please forgive me. Alright, anyways. You're just gonna come around, rotate them 1 or 2 times each, and sometimes even 3 times, but just give it a little bit of variety. And the reason why we're doing and just keep in mind, you can do this with any terrain, so do what you think suits you. So if you want to do grass, and the step after this is to give it a little bit of depth, add some more larger primitives, or I mean make it taller, and say if we want to connect these two lakes by a river, we could go to block manipulation, remove, and I can create a river. And don't worry if this looks bad at first, because that does look bad at first. Anyways, just line it with primitives. It will give it more depth, I guess, and not make it as square per se. And we could also add like archways and rock formations to make it look cool. And I mean, that looks really nice. And you can add like a little Easter egg, like a rubber ducky or something funny. And we can line this area with trees. So just kind of dot trees around, and then take the other color of trees and dot that around a little bit to give it variety. And it obviously takes a while to get your terrain, and if you want to get terrain like this, you have to place a lot of primitives and in the same spot with different heights and stuff. But now I think this is going to be the end of this tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope you guys were able to learn how to make a nice looking terrain.